Have you ever sat and wondered what certain things are made of or how they are made? Not simple things like the mechanism in a toilet flushing system or how a spontaneous combustion engine generates power. But have you ever really sat and thought about some of the things in our world that have become a comfort and a necessity? For instance, did you know that there is rubber in the roads we travel on? Or even in the roof tiles that cover our homes? It's fine and well not to have the answers or not to wonder at all. This is why our world has engineers. They figure all that stuff out for us. Waste beneficiation has found a home within the circular economy. It's about more than just finding alternative or creative uses for recyclable waste. It's about separating and recycling down to its most valuable state and recreating value with that raw material. Here's a simpler explanation. After a tire gets recycled, it gets cut up into small pellets. In its pellet form, it is easier to creak down even further and extract the asphalt. This is what our roads are made of. Amazing, isn't it? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Stay with us today as we explore the real value that waste beneficiation is creating in people's lives.
Welcome to another exciting and informative episode of PHAKISA. I'm your host, Lerato Za. With Redisa making over $500 million in under 5 years, every story of how that revenue was generated deserves a listening ear and an attentive audience. Redisa has taken up the idea of developing a circular economy and not only internalized it, they have identified individuals with vision, drive, and an admirable aspiration to make a difference. Ntate Kgothatso Moloi has an impressive track record all on his own as an experienced engineer and businessman. But when Redisa approached him with their concept of solving the problem with off-the-road tires, he immediately changed course and dedicated his energy into waste beneficiation, a worthwhile venture. Ntate Moloi, thank you so much for welcoming us here and for joining us for PHAKISA. When was WB established and what is it that made you decide to look, I'd like to establish a corporation like this?
Re qadile ka 2014 ine le monyetla o re boneng ho Redisa wa ho recycler mataere and kana go eo ho no ho sena di company kapo batho ba bang ba etsang mosebetsi ona.
What is the importance of developing the circular economy?
Bohlokwa ba yona ke bana ba rona re tlameha re ba siele lefatshe le betere ho feta le rona re le fumaneng.
What made you qualified to start an establishment like this?
I'm a chemical engineer by training, so I've had experience in industry.
How important is the work of WB since it is the only establishment of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere?
The work is very important, you know, it places South Africa at the cutting edge of this industry, which is a new industry, not only in Africa, but globally.
Now, Redisa is developing a circular economy on a macro scale in South Africa. How does the Eagle project fit into that goal?
The Eagle project is focused exclusively on the so-called OTR of the road tires, which is really your big tires from, say, about 1.5 tons up to 6 tons per tire. We have massive stockpiles lying all over the country, and this is the first time that we have a proper solution for the processing and elimination of this waste.
Ke kopo re tlhalosetsa gore concept ya the Eagle project ke eng and e botlhokwa jwang ho Redisa?
Concept ya Eagle project e botlhokwa for Redisa hobane ho na le mataerana bitswang OTR tires, off the road tires. So hona tjena hobane of the Eagle equipment re a kgona re a sebetse re a pome re fihlela a bile a le manyane hore kgonang ho afa ba bang ba kgonang ho a sebedisa ho etsa ntho tse ding tse ngata ka ona.
Hobaneng Eagle machinery e kgethiwe?
Ho bile le process, you know, e telle ya ho sheba the most suitable technology, and Eagle equipment came out on top.
What are some of the benefits that you could say you've enjoyed thus far?
The biggest benefit to me personally has been working with exciting young people. As much as I thought I was going to teach them how things work, in the process, I've also learned a lot.
What are some of the challenges or difficulties that you have come across?
The biggest challenge for me are regulatory delays. So that tends to take a very long time.
Ntate Moloi, le kgolokwe, re leboga nako ya hao, and we look forward to coming back to seeing you at a much higher level.
Ho leboha rona, thank you.
Xolisa Bangani is an environmental hero in his own right. He noticed the need in his community for a feeding scheme as well as a recreational center in his neighborhood. Thus was born Ikaya Garden, Ikaya Licha. Let's have a look.
Igama lam ndinguXolisa Bangani, ndihlala ekhaya Licha, Site C. Yinxalenye organization ebizwa ngokuba Ikaya Garden, based kwi-organic food, gardening and environmental awareness. Into endayibonayo ukuze ndivule le gadi, ndabona ukuba kukho igap enkulu between i-healthy living nabantu ngoba bana-access to ukutya organic. Le project iqale ukwenziwa ngo-2013 ncedisana ne-Uthando South Africa kunye ne-Livingstone Safari, wabini bazi-two operating companies. I-relationship yethu nesikolo iqale mhla singena apha esikolweni sibone sispace silapha ngoku singekho nto senzayo, saqonda uba ingaba iplatform erayithi yokwenza le project yethu kuba isemehlweni wabantu sisitrato sibhizi kakhulu.
Ndinguprincipal walapha isikhokhelo Public Primary School ekhaya Licha eSite C. So kuXolisa ke siye sadibana naye, sahlala phansi naye, sathetha naye ukuthi kunjani xa inoba lapha esikolweni afundise abantwana bethu ngokuthi bakwazi ukulima ukutya abanothi bakutye ukuzikhulelayo kuphuma egadini. Siye sabona ukuthi le piece yomhlaba esinayo at least masini kuXolisa for into yobana akwazi ukuthi aphuhlise le nto afuna uyenza abantwaneni bethu. Kodwa ke umncinci unjalo lo mhlaba but uXolisa usebenzisa kakuhle kakhulu.
Leni garden yokuqala kwenziwa ngabantu abatsha. So into ibisenzeka kuyo yonke ibintsha. For umzekelo, kwi-gardens lapha ekhaya Licha, when it comes to shapes of vegetables, bonke badesign rectangular shapes. So thina singabantu abasha sasafake yethu creativity, safake i-shapes ze-maps, creating that artistic vision. I would say the whole community benefits from the project isiyenzayo, as well as nabantwana. Information-wise, they've been benefiting a lot. The plan that we have to make sure that the yonke front way yesikolo is showcasing agroecology, is showcasing biodiversity, and on top of that, the recycling methods ziyapracticwa kwalapha egardening, as well as spreading to other schools as well, hoping to inspire other young people from different places to start doing the same thing.
It's really good to see that corporates are waking up to the reality that social responsibility is about more than spending a few extra rand. It's about changing attitudes. The benefits may reveal themselves slowly, but they're varied and multiple. We'll be back right after the break.
Before we head back to Eagle Plant, I'm sure Nani yazibuza lapha emakhaya ukuthi kwenzakalani ngamatayara once they are delivered to the plant. Well, e-waste beneficiation boasts owning several machinery that cuts, strips, bales, and transports all those tires, to mention a few. Puseletso is one of the young ladies that operates that fine, sophisticated, and enormous machinery. And get this, she is only 23 years old. I'll just beg you story side, KG. Puseletso, thank you so much for joining us on PHAKISA.
Thank you for coming.
Just quickly tell us, just how does all of this work?
Ntho re etsa mo re recycle matire, then ho na le di-company tse tlang di tlo di tse. Process e starta ko ntle. Tire handler ke motšhini o leng gore o grapa di-tires, and then from there process ya tloha tire handler e tsentsha motšhini ka mahara plant. Then e tlisa mo dibida. Dibida ke motšhini o leng gore o ntsha di-beads mo mataereng, and then from dibida ya tsamaya e ya go punch cutter. Then go punch cutting e cutter le tire into 2 pieces. Then from there ya tsamaya hape e ya go tighten. Tighten e cutter into pizza slices. Then from there e ya go ntle. Grabber ya etsia e loadela ka mahara shredder. Then from there shredder ya shredder into smaller pieces hore batho ba bang ba khone ho di user because ka maholo thata.
Does one need qualifications to operate a machine ekan?
Tshwantse o nne technically, because if ever ba o ruta something o se technically o tlo tshwara bothata.
Ko bompele ka the advantages of machinery?
Re khona ho etsa mataere a eleng hore like more than 60 a day.
Mataere a le berekang ka ona a tswa kae?
A tswa ko di-mining.
O kgwetsa lang ka mataere a once they have been processed?
After rush rider rona, ho tla ba tseya ba isa ko di-different companies. Ko di-different companies tseo, ho tla tswa gore bona ba etsa eng ka ona.
Before you started doing this, no ntse o etsang ka bophelo ba hao?
After ke fetsa sekolo, ke editse electrical engineering ka etsa di-end courses tsa teng. Ka fetsa N6 ya ka etsa di-practical, and then ka nna hae for like almost 2 years. And then I applied, and then as no ke fetsa apply, I was called for interviews, and then I went through all that, and then ka kry-a mmereko.
And how has this job changed your life?
Yeah, it changes thata because now I can dependile mo mothong.
Yeah.
Ke independent in myself.
Although the future is uncertain, and Tate Kgothatso Moloi can beat himself on the chest with pride because he managed to create employment opportunities for 16 young individuals. One of those 16 individuals is Tlotlo, and her story is quite touching. Although still a student, she managed to find employment with waste beneficiation.
Lebitso la ka ke Tlotlo, ke tswa ke le mo Hammanskraal Unity. Ke sebetsa ko Redisa waste beneficiation. Ho holeng haka, it wasn't so easy because batsadi ba ka sele ba divorce. I was raised by a stepdad, but Ntate Modimo blessed me with a stepfather o nantsiyang like his own blood. I was like a glass kwena. We were a happy family up until Ntate Modimo decided to mo tseya ka 2006. He was involved in a car accident. So after losing my stepdad, Seleka zama ko commit suicide. Ke zamile more than twice. Our SGP, Miss White, she's a Christian. So niki confided in a friend. So it happened to a friend of mine, Kololoseho, ke ngwana Miss White. So ke motsa ke re, since well ke nwa dipilisi, and dipilisi I didn't polai. I end up ke le ko sepetlele. So whenever I'm thinking of buying a gun, because if I can get a gun, I know who gonna finish me up. Kanti ke botsa motho o a tlo nthusang. Ha fitla hae a botsa mama hae. Then mama hae are, you know what, I have to cancel everything ko thusa ngwana o need a thuso ya ka. The day ene tshwantse ka kry the gun, ke the day e loring ke amohetse Modimo. That was the day ke nnileng a better person. My mother is my role model. She's my strength. She's my hope. She's my everything. I was inspired ke bona thaka by the apprentice, honestly, like electrical and stuff. People are successful at the end courses. Then that's when I'm inspired. I get mechanical into fitting and turning and drawing. Then I passed. Then I did my N6. Then that's when I got this job. But as I get ke registerile part-time.
Ke nna sister Gwebu, ke mama Tlotlo, ke second bono ya ka, ke na le bana ba ba 3. Ke ngwana o mong wa na le respect gape wa tlhompha. Ke hodise bana ba ke le 1 from 2006. Mara ka lerato la Modimo ke khonne. Ke bula bona le tlaetso phela le ntate mo ntlung, ha sa tlhele a le teng mo ntlung a o monate. Ha o shota something wa mo hopola, ha selo se senyega wa mo hopola, tshwanetse o hire batho ba tlo berekela le mo botlotlo na ile buima thata. Tlotlo a fetsa matric wa gae, ha se ngwana wa rata strata, ke ngwana wa rata Modimo. A kra mmereko ko Redisa. Ha se no kra mmereko ko Redisa, bophelo ba thomo change bjano ka bona gore Tlotlo ntho ha ina imina ha re ba tloa sekolong. So ke leboga Modimo thata because bophelo mo ntlung hona nong bo right a ba sa tshwana le pele. Ke nahana gore papa ha ina tla ba proud ka ina ka ro ira mmereko ba sadi ba sa khone ho ira.
Being in a men's world, it's so nice. I don't want to lie. I enjoy my work like every day. And that part, is that lady operating that machine? There's no way, like. So that thing, impact strength, impact confidence, yes, I can.
More waste beneficiation, I'm an equipment operator. The equipment eke operating, yeah, the last process, whereby I collect the pieces that the OTR tires that has been cut by the Titan machine. Then I take them to shredder whereby it shreds those tires into smaller pieces for recycling. In the years to come, I see myself as a qualified millwright, as an artisan of this company, waste beneficiation.
We've discovered that recycling is more than being conscious about consumption or disposal. We're getting to understand the real impact that a developed circular economy can have. So we unpack all of that right after the break.
Mosebetsi o ko etsang ke mosebetsi wa matsoho, ke dila ka leather le mataere as recycle. Ke nka mataere from ko dikangeng and ke etsa sort of underneath ya sentle le tse ke di etsang. Ke di etsa ka letaere, ke etsa le dibeke tse ka masaka ke a topa mo ntse ke tsamaya teng ke le motho o dilang ka mosebetsi wa leather. Mosebetsi wa leather ona ko kenya ke malome wa ka o bitswang go ke Tuni. Mo molapeng mo o tloa gale ntse o tsuwa dieta jwale le nna be se ke kenella ka bane kona mosebetsi o ka mo ntlong o re iphedisang ka ona. Ke di bitsa dimbatata, ke di bitsa ka mabitso a mangata, ke di bitsa di-gladiator, ke di bitsa le Skanga volume 1. Like ke tshwereng ke Skanga volume 1 because o ka se re ke gladiator gore ke Hercules di kopantshitswe ka mo tlase ena le letaere. Okay, seta sena o se bona se le so. Ke kentse letaere ka mo tlase so motho a se rekile seta se kgona mo fa guarantee ka etsang bo ma 7 years. Ka mo dimo ke kentse leather e ba reng ke ya buffalo. E strong ke wild skin so le yone ya kgona re ka mo lasta 7 years. O mataere ke ntho e ke tsamang ke ya batla mo haholo mo lahliwang dintho tsa matlakaleng. Ntho e feeling inspiration ya gore ke kgone ho designer di-gladiator ke motho a ratang livelihood ya batho ba ko Egepeta. And the most how ka go ya ko Egepeta batho ba teng ba dula ba kentse disendlele. Ebe se ke re normal ka bane ke na le light ke di bone ke tswa di internet tse ke batlana le di design e re ke qale jwanong nna ke iketsetse ka bane batho ba di hloka. In the near future ke ipona ke se ke na le lebenkele ko plekeng tse tshwanang le bo Masantene dipleke tse ka reng mosebetsi o ko etsang batho ba ka o thabela haholo ebile ba ka o reka ko gore hona tse so se re bua tjena ke sebeletsa yona ntho ya gore in 5 years or 3 years ebe se ke thola ke butse lebenkele le nlaka.
The idea of developing a national economic or financial system that benefits all who contribute to it is something we need to consider adapting and contributing towards. It may all sound like a no-brainer, but here's what you ought to understand about what a circular economy can do for you.
I'm a principal researcher at the CSIR and I manage on behalf of the Department of Science and Technology the Waste Research Development and Innovation Roadmap for South Africa. What the circular economy is about, how do we utilize these resources, but more importantly, how do we reintroduce those resources at end of life back into the economy? And we move away from essentially what we've been doing for hundreds of years of taking and making and using and disposing to rather taking, making, using and then reintroducing those resources back into the economy. When we reintroduce those resources back into the economy, we're adding further resources back into our manufacturing sector, so it helps to grow our manufacturing sector. Also, we need people to be collecting those resources. We need people to be utilizing them, converting them, creating new products. And so the concept of the circular economy is not just an environmental one in terms of saying we live on a planet with finite resources that soon we will run out of, but it's also an economic and a social concept of saying how do we actually create new businesses, we create new jobs by simply recognizing something not as waste, but as a secondary resource in our economy. I think it's something that countries are aspiring to. It's a different paradigm with regards to how we actually manage resources, but I think there's a long way still to go, not only just in South Africa or Africa, but in developed countries and the rest of the world. There's a classic example of the drill where they say the consumer doesn't need a drill, they need a hole in the wall. And so why do we need to own a drill when it sits in the garage or it sits in the shed for 95% of its life? When in fact, if there was somewhere where you could go, you could take out the drill, you could go and drill a hole in the wall. So the circular economy very much changes the way that we look at ownership of material. As a country, we're actually pretty bad at recycling. Research that we've recently completed at the CSR shows that just over 7% of urban households in South Africa regularly recycle. Only 7% of households. We don't even think about where it goes to. We don't think about the landfills that are actually filling up with resources, viable resources. You know, we estimate that in South Africa, every year, we throw away more than 17 billion rands worth of resources. That's viable polymer, fiber, metal, that we just throw away. We put it into holes in the ground that we just forget about. Well, the biggest challenges, I think, is around changing producers and consumers' understanding and awareness. It's around increasing awareness of these issues in society. So for producers of products, it's making them think around what they design. design your products smarter and better so that in fact we can recycle them, we can dismantle them, we can refurbish them, we can reuse them again. So the issue of changing behavior, of changing skills, of changing the way that the economy actually operates is all a key component of introducing a circular economy.
Well, that certainly gives us a lot to think about, but don't get too caught up in your thoughts ngoba isikhathi sokuthi sihlangane with our boy Tswaiza to see ukuthi yena usiphatheleni kwi-EnviroHack yale viki.
Goeiemiddag, dames en heren. Mijn naam is Tswaiza en welkom op jouw gunstelinge school, PHAKISA. Today's segment of EnviroHacks, I'll be showing you how to place magazines, but making your own magazine holder. Now, these are the items that you need. Empty bottle of cool drink, remove the label, wooden plank, screwdriver, a hammer, your craft knife. And remember, we created something of the sort, but in a different way. Nails. If you want to have a different type of holder, you can use different type of sized wood. The first step is obviously taking this empty bottle of whatever this was, use your craft knife and cut it in half till it looks as such. What you then do is take your wood, place the bottle inside, and then you create a hole at the bottom. Make sure nicely. And if you're not strong enough, ladies, you can always get a man. And you will have a hole such as this, right? Then you will then take your wooden plank and drill a hole in the middle of it. Just needs force. Drill it according to as deep as your nails are. Then secondly, as simple as this is done, you place your nail inside the hole adjacent to the one made on the wooden plank. Put it on the same side and screw, because we all about environmental friendliness and convenience. This should be your end product. And what do? You grab a magazine, and if you've got a business or a reception area, this is how you save costs. And voila, you've got your magazine holder. You can place like this, place like this, place like this. That was Tswaiza with your EnviroHack of the week. Hey.
Kumbuleni ngasithinta ku social media, that's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our hashtag is Have Your Say. You can also hashtag PHAKISA TV. And please do share your great ideas with us, your greening ideas. We want to share your ideas. Gu EnviroHacks yetu. We look forward to hearing from you. Our efforts in advancing towards a thriving circular economy could render us famous for more than just our wealth of minerals. It is important to understand that we all play a role. But what's more key is to understand that we have the power to influence the effect of that very role. Imagine the endless possibilities. Well, that's all we have for you this week, Mzansi. So from myself, Lerato Za, and the PHAKISA team, we'll see you next week, same time, same place, Kona Lapagu, SABC1. Mzansi for sure. Nikumbule Mzansi. Let's keep the cycle going.